come on!
Goku! Thank you, Dragon Balls!
Later.
Stay alive, Vegeta.
I'll bet my last ounce of pride!
Alright, gentlemen, good morning. It looks like we got our first teaser for the new set of characters coming out this coming reset, starting with this. A new sparking character, and we got a set of white gloves. Now, of course, everyone's joking. They're saying, oh my god, it's Mickey Mouse, and holy crap, it's sparking Michael Jackson. But it's pretty obvious that this could be one of two characters. This is either Toppo or Jiren. Both of these characters had a set of white gloves. Or, well, in general, it could be a Pride Trooper, because this is a teaser for the 1% character. Notice that it says a new sparking character. We know that legendary finish characters, despite being a sparking character, are done. Those are finished. Mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta was the last one, and everything going forward is a legend character. So this is a 1% teaser. Either Toppo makes sense here, or Jiren, or any of the Pride Troopers they want to go with. It's up to them. I think Toppo probably fits the bill a lot better, because this means the legend is yet another Pride Trooper. Who knows who it could be, but of the buffs that we've seen thus far, I think it goes without saying that they need a monster of a character for Universe reps. And I think Android 17 and Golden Frieza sort of give us a clue on what caliber of character they need. To start with, this character relies on getting hit in order to best leverage their kit. The biggest part, and I guess the biggest amount of value that they provide, is going to be this powerful disruptive effect right over here. When the character returns to standby, based on the number of times they got hit, they'll provide a benefit to the team and a debuff to the opponent. If you hit them once and they go to standby, your team heals 10% of their health and the enemy's arts cost go up by 15. But if they're hit on the third arts card or more, they now provide 30% ally damage for 20 counts, which cannot be cancelled, and they take away 100 ki. Ki debuffs are some of the strongest in the game. There are not that many characters that have ki protection. I mean, if you take a look at some of the more notable characters, they have either attribute downgrades and abnormal condition protection, or they have card protection. But ki reduction, ki protection, that's super rare. So this is a premium debuff effect, and why this character has so much value. But to best leverage a debuff like this, you need to make sure that your opponent that you're trying to stop is locked in place. That's why everybody runs the Golden Frieza and 17 with Broly, because Broly on his switch has a prevent enemy switching, this over here. So what happens is MVP 17 takes 3 hits, then they swap into Broly on the cover change, and now they're hit with this. So your opponent has no ki, they can't swap to somebody else to extend their combo, and typically at this point into the fight, they may not have their main ability available, or Broly has a unique gauge that's going to seal that up, plus seal their rush. And with the counter gauge, they pretty much have, if they have whatever opportunity to actually hit you, I mean, they got to go through this unique gauge anyways. So this is a total shutdown wombo combo. I'm talking like some of the best pairings in the game right now. Legends, for whatever reason, this last little year really has been focusing on making an established duo, right? We see the green Broly and the red Broly. Once that guy got his unique equip, we saw Legend Rose, and who else? Yellow Goku Black. The big sell was the fact that Yellow Goku Black debuffed on blue cards even on standby, and Legend Rose was weak to blue cards because he didn't debuff those. So that it's just beautiful pairings left and right, and it feels like they're gonna do that with this. MVP 17 and Frieza. Right now, their pseudo pairing is Broly, but I think the next release is going to act similarly to him in that this is a juggernaut of a character. So they're going to have this in there for sure to best leverage the disrupt that they got down here. And when you think of a character that is a juggernaut, when I think of a character that is a defensive wall, or just a character that sponged damage, disregarded any attacks you hit him with, and then just came back with a vengeance, I genuinely lean towards a Jiren, right? That to me screams a Jiren. And if you ask me, I think we are definitely due for another premium Jiren. The last one that we got was what? That purple Jiren that got a Zenkai and a unique equip a very long time ago, and since then we've only been getting, I think, free-to-play versions of Jiren. The last one that we got was what, last year? Was another blue free-to-play Jiren for some reason. I think Jiren is definitely due for a legend character, and him as a character, I don't know, for everything that he did in the show, I think he fits the bill perfectly for what Universe Rep is looking for. And if we go by that logic, then the set of white gloves fitting Topo makes perfect sense. So a 1% Topo, which is great, could be, goodness knows, maybe a God Topo, could be just like the blue 1% Topo that we've seen, where he's like an endurance defensive character with, I believe he had a lock-in as well. So 1% Topo, hell, maybe he transforms and becomes God Topo as well. Him as a 1% with a legend Jiren, to me, sounds like a awesome reset, and I would imagine that those two together would fit the bill quite well. We got that Zenkai Awakening for Dispo, and we saw the unique equip for the yellow Jiren, so it's pretty clear that of the Universe Rep characters that they're trying to power up, that there is a very, I guess, Pride Trooper focus. And Topo is missing from that batch so far, as well as, I guess, a premium Jiren. I don't really think this 1% unique equip for the yellow Jiren, you know, takes him off the table for getting a premium character. This has happened many times before, where one version of the character sees some sort of buff, and then a new release for the same character comes out very shortly after. So this, I don't think this writes Jiren off the table. He could still see a premium release. And then, you know, with Dispo getting the Zenkai and Topo not seeing anything, I could see him being the 1% character. If it's not Jiren, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea who else they would go with. I'm trying to think of the Tournament of Power, and truth be told, there is so much in the Tournament of Power that this game has not touched. They could genuinely go with anybody. I'm not even kidding. Universe Rep could use so much help right now that anyone is on the table. I want to say MUIs are off the table, not for a premium release. Sorry, for a premium release, but I think they're on the table for either an LF Zenkai or a unique equip. I know a lot of us are gearing towards MVP 17 as getting one, but the big reason why I'm suspicious is because Red MUI is not on any boost, nor is transforming Blue MUI. Neither of these guys are there. So what if the release is Legend Jiren, 1% Topo that maybe transforms, or maybe he's just a standalone Topo, and then a Zenkai for the Red MUI, or the transforming MUI sees a unique equip. That right there is enough to put the Universe Rep team in a very strong standing in my book. MUIs, you know, auto dodging in this meta right now would be super powerful. We already have a fantastic defensive character, all around juggernaut support, you know, dude who does it all in the form of these guys. And then once you stitch in whatever Jiren could do, I feel like that's a really good starting three. I totally overlooked this. You're gonna have to forgive me, sleepy brain. But how could I forget that Evo Vegeta could fit this bill as well? I feel like this character is such a weird anomaly for them because, again, they designed him in the 7th anniversary to be a long combo character while doing everything in their power to hurt long combo characters. seeing as how they're still trying to figure out where this guy fits with all the various boost tiers. I don't know. What if they went ahead and they just decided to make a new version of this guy? We've seen multiple MUIs, UIs. I think it's seeing another version of Evil Vegeta definitely is on the table. And it wouldn't even surprise me if they decided to go with an Ultra, because why not? That kind of caliber of character would be required to help power up that team. Very similar to what they did with GT, right? GT saw what a very fast Ultra soon after the anniversary, a couple premium releases with an LF Zenkai, and then they became a competent team. I think Universe Rep could see that same treatment and end up becoming a really good setup. So maybe an Ultra Evo Vegeta is on the table here. I talked about the defensive capabilities and the, juggernaut of a character, and Evo Vegeta fits that bill as well. Finishing everything off with the final atonement, but leading up to that point, I mean, he took a barrage of beatings from Topo, and then ultimately he ended up using a move that just somehow bypassed the guy's Hakai Aura. I wonder if that could be a new mechanic that they're thinking of doing. You could think of it as like what, a glorified assault chain, in that it could be used to dodge bypass auto counters, indestructible states, stuff along those lines, because anytime Legends introduces a new ability, or they get a little bit flexible with countering things, they do introduce it to more things. A good example of this is hurting revivals. We saw multiple characters come out with either healing limits and or reducing revive HP, Legend Piccolo for example, Trunks as well. And then it led up to us getting a character that just flat out doesn't care about any second life mechanic that exists in the game, in the form of the Spirit Bomb. Maybe Vegeta ends up having a specific move with his punch where he just disregards revivals, indestructible states, whatever, as part of his new gimmick. Who knows? Who knows? Defensive Juggernaut, supportive all-around Juggernaut, and then sort of technical, evasive, annoying rat Juggernaut. I think those three together would spearhead Universe Rep to being a really strong team. But either way, let me know what you think. Just because it's a set of white gloves doesn't guarantee it's Topo or Jiren. It could be many of the other Pride Troopers or some other characters. There were so many fighters in the Tournament of Power. I'm trying to remember which ones had a set of white gloves, but I just woke up. So let me know what you think. Are you excited for this? I would love to see a new premium Jiren. I think he falls in the ballpark. He falls in the category of character that always has fantastic voice lines. It's just like Zamasu, right? Merge Zamasu, corrupt Zamasu. Without a doubt, the voice actors absolutely nailed their voice lines, and Jiren falls in that bill perfectly as well. So even if, regardless, if we get a premium Jiren, all I know is this character is going to sound awesome, and he'll be awesome to use. So I'm looking forward to it. Let me know if you are too. But until next time,
You're an incredible warrior. Let's rematch someday.